Hey guys, it's Destiny, and in today's video, I'm going to be discussing March 7th as she is a free-to-play 4-star that you get early on in Honkai Star Rail, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. To begin, I'd like to discuss March 7th's kit. March 7th is an ice character of the Preservation class. March 7th is able to freeze enemies, give shields to allies one at a time, and be able to counterattack enemies. March 7th is able to provide a shield to an ally by using her skill on them, and the higher her defense stat is, the stronger the shield is. If an ally has HP above a certain threshold, then enemies will be taunted, which means that they're more likely to attack that ally, which is actually beneficial as that's what triggers March 7th to do her counterattacks. When an enemy attacks an ally, March 7th will retaliate back against the enemy. As for freezing, March 7th is able to freeze enemies through her ultimate and her technique. For her ultimate, she attacks all enemies and has a chance to freeze those enemies. And when those enemies are frozen, they'll take damage referred to as DOT or damage over time, which is as long as they're frozen, they'll be receiving a little bit of damage after each turn they remain frozen. Her technique freezes one random enemy guaranteed as the battle commences, which makes her technique very valuable to use in some cases. Lastly, March 7th traces are able to increase her freeze base chance and also remove debuffs on allies when she uses her skills on them. Overall, March 7th has a great base kit and can offer a lot of defensive and supportive capabilities. Now let's get into her Eidolons.
Check out this awesome move!
March 7th has pretty nice Eidolons as you go further through them. Her first Eidolon allows her to counterattack more within a turn, which can be beneficial just for doing a bit more damage within a turn, while her second Eidolon allows her to regenerate energy from freezing enemies, which can be really useful for freezing them even faster by allowing for faster ultimate gauge regeneration. Her fourth Eidolon allows a shield to be created for an ally immediately once the battle commences, and her sixth Eidolon allows shielded teammates to restore a little bit of HP every turn, which both of these Eidolons are amazing for increased sustainability. I personally would recommend March 7th's Eidolons if possible, as they'll increase her supportive and defensive capabilities even further, and will be nice to have down the line for those harder fights. Lastly, let's go over team comps.
Check out this awesome move!
I'd honestly recommend March 7th on a huge variety of team comps, as she feels very universal. Some may want to pair her and Natasha together to have healing, with shields and debuffs being dispelled, or some may want to have March 7th be their primary shielder for majority of fights. Personally, I feel like an amazing partner and one I'd highly recommend for March 7th is Clara. Clara is a character who can take advantage of taunting enemies, having damage reduction, and be able to do high amounts of damage with her counterattacks. March 7th will be able to provide Clara shields, and if March 7th did have her Eidolons, she'd also provide her healing. As mentioned before, March 7th is able to remove debuffs and increase taunt onto an ally, and Clara would heavily appreciate this as she wants to taunt the enemy as much as possible to counterattack them. And being able to remove possible debuffs on Clara can be beneficial if she has a crowd control debuff on her, as that could possibly stop her counterattacks from happening at all. Based on both their kits, I feel like they're nearly a perfect pair to have with one another. Additionally, March 7th being able to freeze enemies on any team comp can assist your teammates very well, as it can allow for teammates to have more time to attack, generate their ultimate, whatever it may be. That'll be mostly it for my March 7th video. I feel like March 7th is an excellent character, and for her to be free for anyone to get early on in the game is even better, as she'll provide so much to a team you're able to incorporate her into. Also, honestly, who wouldn't love March 7th? She's absolutely adorable and definitely one of my favorite characters based on personality that we know about so far. I hope this video did help you guys out to understand the basis of March 7th, as I'll be releasing an in-depth guide about her once she's on a banner in-game, and give you recommendations for relics, light cones, and more. I do want to be able to test her more in the full release of the game. I was able to test her a good amount in the beta versions, but of course they may change things from the beta to the full release. So I definitely want to test her out fully in the full release before my in-depth guide is here. But I feel like for the basis, I seriously doubt they're going to change much about her kit in regards to how her kit functions, because at that point she's kind of a brand new character. So they're likely going to keep everything I've stated relatively the same, if not identical, which is why I did not mention many numbers in this video and I used words like threshold, certain percentage, and so on. Additionally, she might be on the Jingyuan banner in the game, which that is only based on CBT3 as I've played through that, and she was on Jingyuan's banner. They might keep the banners the same, but they might not. That is not too sure yet, not confirmed yet. Hopefully they do though, because I think her on that banner is really, really good. But overall, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button for more Star Rail content, and leave a comment down below who's your favorite Star Rail character. I hope to see you next time. Have a good one. Peace.